cell, the unit of life. When you look around, you see both living and non living things. You must have wondered and asked yourself what is that makes an organism living, or what is that unanimate things does not have which a living things has. The answer to this is the presence of the basic unit of life, the cell, in all living organisms. All organisms are composed of cells, and some are composed of single cell and are called unicellular organism, while other like us composed of many cells are called multicellular organism. 8.1 What is a cell? Unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence and performing the essential function of life. Anything less than a complete structure of a cell does not ensure independent living. Hence, cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Anton von Leeuwenhoek first saw and described a live cell. Robert Brown later discovered the nucleus. The invention of the microscope and its improvement leading to the electron microscope revealed all the structural detail of the cell. 8.2 Cell Theory. In 1838, Matthias Schilden, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are composed of different kinds of cells which form the tissues of the plant. At about the same time, Theodore Schumann, 1839, a British zoologist, studied different types of animal cells and reported that cells are thin outer layer which is today known as plasma membrane. He also concluded based on his study on plant tissues that the presence of cell wall is a unique character of the plant cells. On the basis of this, Sachwan proposed the hypothesis that the bodies of animals and plants are composed of cells and product of cells. Sheldon and Sachwan together formulated the cell theory. This theory, however, did not explain as to how new cells were formed. Rodolphe Virchow, 1855, first explained the cells divide and new cells are formed from pre-existing cells, omnicellula e cellula. He modified the hypothesis of Sheldon and Sachwan to give the cell theory a final shape. Cell theory, as understood today, is Number 1. All living organisms are composed of cells and products of cells. Number 2. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. 8.3 An overview of cell. You have earlier observed cells in an onion peel and or human cheek cells under the microscope. Let us recollect their structure. The onion cell, which is a typical plant cell, has a distinct cell wall as its outer boundary, and just within it is the cell membrane. Cells of the human cheeks have an outer membrane as the delimiting structure of the cell. Inside each cell is a dense membrane bound structure called nucleus. These nucleus contain the chromosomes which is turn contain the genetic material DNA. Cells that have membrane bound nuclei are called eukaryotic, whereas cells that lack a membrane bound nucleus are prokaryotic. In both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, a semi-fluid matrix called cytoplasm occupies the volume of the cell. The cytoplasm is the main arena of cellular activities in both the plant and animal cells. Various chemical reactions occur in it to keep the cell in the living state. Besides the nucleus, the eukaryotic cells have the outer membrane bound distinct structures called organelles. like the endoplasmic reticulum (ER), the Golgi complex, lysosomes, mitochondria, microbodies, and vacuoles. The prokaryotic cells lack such membrane bound organelles. Ribosomes are non membrane bound organelles found in all cells, both eukaryotic as well as prokaryotic. Within the cell, ribosomes are found not only in the cytoplasm but also within the two organelles chloroplast in plants and mitochondria and on rough ER. Animal cells contain another non-membrane bound organelles called centrosomes which helps in cell division. Cells differ greatly in size, shape, and activities. Figure 8.1, for example, mycoplasma, the smallest cell, are only 0.3 μm in length, while bacteria could be 3 to 5 μm. The largest isolated single cell is the egg of an ostrich. Among multicellular organisms, human red blood cells are about 7.0 μm in diameter. Nerve cells are some of the longest cells. Cells also vary greatly in their shape. They may be disc-like, polygonal, columnar, cuboid, thread-like, or even irregular. The shape of the cell may vary in with the function of the they perform.